I think we're live. I think we're doing it. I hope we are. Hi, everybody, potentially. Thank you very much for being here. My name is Colin A. Borden. I play Howard in Good Works, and we're here today to talk specifically, maybe more especially, Chester County, PA. Jose, nice. I'm from PA. I'm from Philadelphia. We're here to talk about this particular episode, Michelle. Good Works mugshot. So in order to help me with that, hey, Abby Loves Bear. Hi, little squirrel, Russell Graham. That's a fantastic name. Hey, Sonny. To help me with that, immediately I'm going to bring in Rachel Christensen, who you all know and love as Michelle. Here she comes. Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Right,
this is so fun. This is new technology for me to use. So thank you for being here as we all learn a new skill.
Real quick, hi Abby, hi Stargirl, hi Angelo, hi Ishmael, call me Ishmael, hi Jazz, hi Nicholas, hi Katie.
Oh my, there's like too many of y'all in here to keep up with, my goodness.
Claire, I have an email for you. It's sitting in my outbox, don't worry. Hi Caitlin, hi Corey, hi Jazz, hi Legobin, hi
Jeanette. Oh my goodness. I'm blown away,
here.
Colin. There's so many people here to say hi.
It's very exciting. So real quick, so we have another couple people here and they have to bounce a little early, so I want to bring them in. But real quick, Rachel, while we have you, can you maybe give an initial feeling about this particular episode, a grand memory from this particular episode?
You put me on the spot. I loved shooting this episode. We worked bare bones with like just a handful of people. But we did the giant dance sequence down the stairs, which was super, super fun. And I almost tripped and fell and broke my face once. But then we only used one shot of it, but we did this whole scene, this shoot where I literally stood in the green. If you guys who have seen this episode now, I was standing in the green, like background. It's all moody and fun, but that's literally my downstairs closet. And we did a bunch of shots, like throwing money and Michelle just like being her best Michelle. And it just made me laugh, being like, yep, we're shooting this in a closet. And it looks so cool. And it was one of my favorite shots of the whole.
So much of indie filmmaking in general, and this show, future episodes too, is just mining what we got, like using every square inch of where we are to create something new and make it feel slightly different from the way it did yesterday, so that we can create production value. But it's not
everything down to like, we need a notebook, and I was like, I found one. Or like, we need some fake drugs, and we're like, cool, mints, like running around and trying to find things. And that's part of the game, I think, with indie filmmaking, which is why it's fun. Is it's like we have a problem that we have to solve. How do we solve it?
Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do real quick right now is bring in two of the other actors from this particular episode. Some of them you've perhaps seen before in other things, and hopefully you're getting a nice introduction to them now. Up first, we've got Maggie Gagliardi, who played my sister, Deirdre. Hey, there she is.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Mayor's in the comments. Hey, Maggie.
Oh, hi, Mayor.
Maggie,
Mayor.
How are you, Maggie Gagliardi?
Colin A. Borden, I am jolly good. How are you, my friend?
All the better now for seeing you. Do you have any particular initial big feelings or stories about this episode?
This was so much fun. Colin and I have met years ago and have known each other on and off with various projects. He was in one of my first projects years ago, playing the landlord? I think I had you for a teaser shoot playing the landlord. You were so great in that. And so it was so much fun to come and work on one of your projects. And of course, being involved with Rachel Christensen, any time spent with you is just the best in the whole world.
Buddy.
So it was just such a pleasure to be with two of my favorite people in the world, and also just acting wise. You guys are magic, and it was so fun to see you guys in these roles, which I haven't seen before. That was what was, I think, really cool.
it was fun to get to play with you, like, because we've been in things before, your thing, but I don't know, it was fun to kind of be a little bit more intimate and like have more screen time together in a relationship and get to play, like creating like the grabbing and the hitting and all that punching and stuff like that, with kind of coming out of the moment rather than, you know, all being in the script and stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Play, it's all play.
It's all. We are going to, I'm seeing questions in the comments. I promise you we're going to answer questions in the comments. Get them cooking. We're just saying hello at the moment. And to that end, I'd like to bring in Aisha Kumari, who played our sister-in-law, the very pregnant, what the heck was your name?
Gretchen. Her name was Gretchen.
Very, very pregnant Gretchen. Here she goes.
Hi all, so great to be here. So great to meet everyone. It's Fetchin Gretchen actually. Fetchin Gretchen. Super Fetchin.
A big, wild life outside of just being the Murphys' sister-in-law, I'm sure.
That is the entire wildness of my life, is being Deirdre's significant other, the sister-in-law to Howard and Michelle. It was so amazing working with you guys. It was so fantastic. And it's just such a pleasure to be here. Hey everyone, so excited.
I love having you here. What? I'm just same thing. Any big memories for you from?
Big memories. So what you were saying before, Rachel, about it being like an indie production, that bit is so fun. It is so fun watching people make something from very little or from nothing and just making that magic happen. And I saw that happen. You guys are such a great team. I met Colin on a different film, a crazy cool film, a horror film.
Yeah.
And all that was a couple of years ago, actually. That was middle of the pandemic. And then to come from that to this and just see that utter change in character and meet you two wonderful, wonderful actresses, and to see how you all, so I haven't been on a lot of indie shoots that with such a small crew. And just to see you multitask and just switch and be super professional and get everything done on time, but also just have the best fun day. Oh my God.
I want to piggyback that because I don't think a lot of people know or understand, like on this particular shoot, we were such a tiny crew that Colin actually ran the camera and did all of the filming that day. In between shoots, I was making props. I was running sound when I wasn't actually in the shot. If not, our friend Bridget, who is also in it, she has her great funny cameo in the window with her nose all smashed on the glass. She says hello. She's actually currently in Shanghai performing at Shanghai Disney. So she will be there until Christmas, which is very, very cool. But she sends her love and says hello. But like she would run sound and then we'd trade it off and then someone else would be helping. And like it was Colin, 4 of us at any given time all day long.
Yeah.
Oh, and
like,
the dogs.
Maggie. And the dog.
My dogs. And so that's like something just to remember when you see some of these indie shoots that like there's a lot that goes into it and they might take a little bit longer to finish because you only have 2, 3, 4, 5 people who are running sound and doing the editing and doing the filming and. So we're so thankful that you guys were patient for this one. We're really proud of it. I love this one. And I would love to do a longer version of it. I know someone had mentioned it was too short. Yeah.
It was the perfect length. It told the exact story that it needed to tell, I think.
Just a little bit of Michelle backstory. Don't worry. We've got more episodes coming. You'll get more. You'll get more Michelle.
Oh my
It's great. They just want more and more and more of you guys.
The building of this particular episode. So when we first sort of the whole Good Werks gang, we all got together one night at Rachel's place, and we just started pitching ideas for a show. Like we just wanted to make something. What in the world could it be? And at kind of like at the end of the night, this idea of criminals serving out their community service together came up. That was like the last kind of idea, and it was like, done. Great. That sounds fantastic. It was a little cheeky because we were coming off of this rather public exit from our jobs, and the idea of seeing us all with mugshots was kind of a funny idea. So that was like just the broad, what if it's these guys doing community service? there's story in that, there's character in that, and we'll just kind of do that all together. And then we all kind of went to our separate corners to develop our own characters. And I think it was decided at that initial table that Rachel and I would be a couple, and that our characters would sort of be a bit of the point of view characters, that we would be the ones coming in. So in that first pilot episode, that's why we're the ones, we're new to this whole community service place, Good Werks. So yeah, Rachel and I got on the telephone and we just sort of started hashing out these characters.
I think for like 2 hours.
Oh
We
yeah.
were just like, what does Michelle think? I was like, I've always wanted to play a drug dealer because I don't look like a typical drug dealer that you would see maybe on TV. And I love that. And we talked for like 2 hours. I was like, what is Michelle? Why does she feel she needs to do this? How long have her and Howard been married? Like every little detail. I think down to like their first date. We talked about everything.
Yeah.
Howard and Michelle.
And then this idea of what could their crimes be? We wanted something that would be, especially for Howard, something petty, something that would just sort of lead to community service. And then knowing that whatever, this kind of came up in this conversation, that whatever Michelle had done was so much worse and nobody knew about it yet. And that the kind of the watchword that we were using was a gift of the Magi. Do you guys know the gift of the Magi? The story about.
I don't think so.
The story about
tell us,
a woman who it's Christmas and she wants very much to get her husband the best gift and he wants very much to get her the best gift. So she's got beautiful hair. Yeah, she cuts off her hair. And so that she can sell it to buy him. I don't remember. Anyway, he buys her a car.
The two gifts like cancel each other out, don't they?
Yeah. They sacrifice for each other, and thereby, but it's also kind of beautiful. But so that was sort of like, if these two people are working, the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing. Howard thinks he's saving the family by doing this, by embezzling money. Michelle thinks she's saving the family by selling drugs. Neither one of them realize it. And we ultimately realize that even Howard doesn't realize it. So our very first mugshot was Howard admitting that he screwed up and Michelle giving him the hardest time possible for it. Meanwhile, she's doing this. And we get to discover she's been doing it much longer than Howard was doing his thing. And it comes out of chiefly these two. This relationship, we had talked initially about this relationship of family and family sort of hurting Howard and Michelle's relationship, or their reality.
And this kind of concept in this theme also, you guys are nerds. I love it. Switch it. No, you guys are in the middle. There you go. Tops it. But also the idea that like comparison, these two, y'all. This was all day. Comparison will ultimately be your thief of joy, and that's what drives Michelle to do what she does, is because all she does is compare herself to other people and never feeling like she has enough, even though the whole time she's got Howard who loves her, and that should be enough, that they're living comfortably, but she always needs more. She needs to be bigger, better, have fancier stuff to compete with these in-laws, whether it's fully on purpose trying to make her feel bad about herself, or if it's all just self-imposed lacking. I don't know if that's quite the right word I want, but
she's digging herself into this deep terrible hole. And maybe you guys can talk about it, Aisha and Maggie. This sister and her wife they're perfectly fine people. They're going about their lives, but that pressure, do you think that when you were playing it, were you intentionally building pressure and making them feel less?
You want to go?
Darling.
What I was doing.
That's what you were doing?
I think Gretchen is certainly like, she tries to be nice, but she can't help but be like, oh, my stuff is just a little bit nicer than yours, and I notice it. Ooh, isn't that nice? I'm satisfied. I've got mine. And so I think that gives her like a little extra smidge of pleasure to know that she's got the best thing of whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I think it's not that she wants other people to feel bad. She doesn't want Michelle to feel bad. She doesn't want, I don't think she cares what Howard thinks. But Gretchen is certainly like, oh, I'm so happy I've got the nicest stuff in this room. That makes me happy.
Yeah. I mean, it was so fun being on set with you, having never worked with you before, never played these characters before, but having both of us develop such a rich backstory for these two people. Because
I was so lovely.
I don't think it was lovely. And like, I don't think Deirdre was intentionally doing that at all. I think it was that natural sibling rivalry that comes up.
That Deirdre doesn't really take seriously. That Deirdre's like, this is just all siblings. Come on.
Yeah.
Grow
this
a
is
pair.
just how siblings act. We're always, even if it's intentionally, we're always kind of playing that game. I mean, I know me and one of my sisters, we definitely have a little bit of a sibling rivalry, which is silly because we are completely different people, completely different places in our lives. But I know it's always been this little bit of a pissing contest of like a, and it's funny because it's not even whose life is the best. It's always whose life is the hardest. Oh, well, my life is so hard. Oh, this is so hard. Well, my life's really hard too. And so I think we just want to have competition in some way. And then when we have a little more, we want to just be like, hey, I have more. That's it, you know. So, but then it made yeah.
I guess what I would say is neither of us felt like it was vindictively picking on Michelle. Like, let's come to your horrible house just so we can make fun of you. No, it was never that. It was never ever that. It's more. It comes from an ignorant place, I guess, of like I'm reveling in how much I have and not really thinking about how that's making the other people feel.
Yeah.
And I guess what I got from Michelle when I watched the episode, oh, it's so beautiful, by the way, guys. So your work is so wonderful.
She literally just watched it with y'all, so like it's the first time we've seen it.
Sorry. It was nice to see that kind of go in and be absorbed and then by Michelle and then come out in like a flowering of bad behavior.
Yeah, because it's kind of a commentary on humans too. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone at some point has that person or that thing where it's like, ooh, this grinds my gears. Ooh, this just digs right underneath. Where when push comes to shove, we might not always make the best choices. And I think Michelle just starts that way and then just falls down the slide and slides real far.
I mean, Rachel, if you want, we have to, it's 6:03 by my watch. And I think you guys are about to kick it, right? So
I got like 5 more minutes.
Okay. Well, let me, I just wanted to read this quick question. Who are these two random people who aren't Spider-Man actors? That's Martha Brown.
Yeah. What's up with the randos?
Before you guys kick it,
in here.
do you mind just because Aisha's below me? Would you mind just saying a little bit about yourselves and maybe like a social media thing where people can find you and
sure. So I go first?
Yeah.
Sure. So I'm Aisha Kumari. I'm from England. I met Colin on a different film. Sorry for anyone who's heard it before. You guys in the comments, this is so fun. This is all new for me. So this is very exciting. I met Rachel and Maggie on this set and had the great pleasure of working with them. This is such a funny show. I watched it anyway. And then I was just like, okay, this is so cool that I get to be a part of it, a little part. Thanks for watching, everyone. You can follow me on Instagram, Aisha. It's Aisha Kumari. It's _ Aisha Kumari. And yeah, that's it. I'm out in 2. I'll stick around and then just slide out gently.
Maybe we can answer more questions if you have time. Hi, Maggie. Who the heck are you?
I don't even know. No, I'm Maggie Gagliardi. I actually met both Colin and Rachel years ago through Darman. And we have grown and blossomed together. Rachel and I are real life friends in the real world.
Guys, I would consider
Crazy.
Maggie one of my nearest and dearest. And she is
Nearest
my
and
friend
dearest.
who has my favorite last name because Gagliardi is amazing. She knows this, but I just refer to her as Googly Doogly.
Yeah,
That's her
I
name,
respond.
Maggie Googly Doogly. That's what it is.
I respond. I respond.
You know, for the Dhar Man fans out here who are watching, Maggie started at the studio as an extra, and then started getting speaking parts, and then larger parts, and you know, it's kind of she had herself one of the beautiful stories of working hard, showing up, committing, being good at what she does, being a kind person, being fun to be around, and then just giving like, hey, give her more work, let her do it, let her do it, you do it. And you gotta love and respect that kind of thing, you know.
Mm-hmm. And that's why we ultimately asked these two to both be part of this, is you work with people that you really love working with, that you know are fun, that are very giving actors, where it's not about them and how good they can be and me. It's about sharing and playing together to tell the best story, which is why we've met them on other sets and chose to bring them in here because we know that they're great. And we will continue to use them in projects because we love them. They're professional. They knew their lines. They know how to follow directions. And they're talented as hell, both of them. Just incredibly talented human beings. And
Wait,
I'm
you
excited
mean Aisha's not really pregnant?
Do you want to say what the belly was?
That
Before we get out of here?
wait, well, so that was one of those things. We show up to set, and Aisha goes, "Do we have a belly?" And I went, "What?" And I went running through my house, and I think we took a pillow and stuffed it with a towel. What did we put in there? No, it was polyfill.
No, wait. I want to reverse that because Rachel, you did not say, oh no, I said, what are we doing for a belly? And you said, I will have a solution in 2 minutes.
Yes.
My MO in life,
There
guys.
was no moment of panic with Rachel. There was no split second of, oh my God. It was just challenge accepted.
Yeah.
I will meet this.
And I think I found a bag of polyfill because it was in my puppet building studio.
Oh, and then it
Like-
was so crumbly.
Yeah, so it was in plastic.
Yeah,
And so when we were recording, the sound person kept being like, "What
Crumbly
is
belly.
that? What's that weird sound?" It was from the weird fake pregnant belly.
Yeah. We had a crumbly baby.
Oh,
Yep.
that's indie filmmaking, y'all. That's indie filmmaking.
That's it.
You know what? You know what Tim Gunn says?
Make it
Make
work.
it work.
Just make it work.
Just make it work. Designers, make it work.
I think it's absolutely incredible.
Indie filmmakers, just
Make it work.
make it work.
I love
Okay.
that. I love that so much.
Oh, Tim Gunn on an indie film set giving advice to indie filmmakers. I would watch that show.
I'd watch that show. I would watch that
Who
show.
do I pitch that show to?
Tim
I don't
Gunn also does the voice of a character on a show called Sophia the First, a Disney Channel
Does
original.
he really?
My daughter loved that show, and then we were watching Project Runway, and she was like, that was one of those first like early like moments of like things people do other things, and the cartoon isn't real, and like, well, I recognize that voice. He sounds like the guy from. It's very funny.
Oh, I love that. That like learning as a kid that like this isn't real. These people are just people.
Yeah.
You mean they're not? Michelle is not really Michelle. She's Rachel. Colin's not really Howard. He's Colin. We have lives and identities outside of who we are on screen. But then the weird thing is, then what is this? Because we are technically on screen, but is this the real us?
No.
I don't know, Maggie.
Still not
I don't know,
real.
boobs.
Not real.
I don't know.
All right, I would
I don't
like to. I think we'll continue sharing anecdotes and things like that from this particular episode, from the crafting of the whole thing. But I would love to open it up to questions specifically. If you have a question, please ask it now. I'll try to go back in the comments to see if I can find other errant questions. I saw a couple, but
Yeah, there were a few.
the real
that are
trick
really-
is to make sure that it's a question with a question mark, and that will be the easiest way for me to know that you are asking a question.
There was one in particular I wanted to talk about. Someone had asked, I'm trying to find it. First of all, are you guys fans of Brooklyn Nine-Nine? 100% yes. That is like a dream show for me to be on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of, we wanted to do twofold. We wanted to do a comedy. Like most of the actors that started this, we love doing comedy. That's ultimately where we want our careers to be. And so that's why we chose to do a comedic show and not do things as serious. Because that's what we like to do. And we just, the world's been kind of crazy and we wanted to put some joy and silliness out there, but still have a show that's got heart and a point
Yeah.
and talk about things that are important, but not necessarily with like all of the tears and the dramatics. Be like, hey guys, life is funny. If we don't laugh about it,
Yeah.
that's where we're at.
We wanted to play consistent characters, see them through an arc of some sort, and
Mhm.
have a laugh. But I will say, things start to get a little more serious on our show as we kind of get
Mhm.
closer to the season finale here. Things starting now, things are getting a little more serious.
Before you get onto the serious stuff and before you get onto the questions, I'm going to say love you and leave you. Thank you
Love
so much.
you.
Thank you for welcoming me. You guys are freaking awesome. And I am looking forward to watching the next few installments. Okay, have a
Absolutely.
great
Well,
evening.
I'm so happy to have had you
Bye.
here on the show and here now, and thank you, Aisha. We'll
Yay! I love you
Yes.
all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, wifey.
Bye, bye, wifey.
Bye, wifey. Bye, wifey. She was the best wife ever.
She's just, y'all, I don't think you know how lovely. She's so lovely to just work with, such great human. Max, do you need to go too at this point?
I can push for another 5 minutes.
Answer some
All right.
questions.
We got you from May. Oh, so to finish the question, someone had asked, will the episodes be more serious? A little bit. They do get a little bit more serious. And then yes, we did get criticism early on for some of our wackadoodle sound effects. And you know what? Part of that's a learning curve. Like we were trying to figure out, we were having some sound issues in some of the early episodes. In some ways you can solve that by adding some, sound effects in. Also, you don't know if they work or don't work until you see it. And then you're like, oh, nope, went a little too hard on that. Or like if you're learning to do makeup the first time, we all know the first time you put on eyeliner too thick and you're like, nope, not going to do that again. Made a mistake. That's what it is. We're learning as we go. And with a comedy, you do have more of that stuff in there. But did we go a little heavy handed? Yes. We recognize that. And we learned from that.
Yeah. It's we can admit mistakes.
Well, we know. And we're learning. Like
The
a lot of us.
suggestion, I recall the suggestion was Rachel's character, Michelle, left the scene. And I said, we should put some footsteps in there so that, because, on the track, the microphone did not pick up any footsteps. I was like, so we know she's leaving, we could put some footsteps in there. And then we kind of spiraled from there, like, oh, well, what if there's sort of silly stuff? And then, well, if we have that, we got to maybe add some more because it can't just be right then, right there. And yeah, there's a lot of debate about it. And we ultimately decided, hey, let's just try it. These mugshot episodes are smaller episodes. You'll see they're all sort of trying things. They're kind of going off the regular episode path where we're trying things. So that was an attempt to see if it would work.
Mhm.
Didn't work.
And that's something I think all of us have training as actors for sure. But that is one thing that I don't know if anybody has formal film training. We've all been on enough film sets that we know how to shoot things. We know how to do some of this, but it's not like we were working, at Sony for, 30 years. And it was like, oh, I can shoot a film and it'll be nominated for an Oscar. We don't have that skill set yet. We're learning as we go. And that's what's also exciting about indie filmmaking is you try something. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And you move on to the next thing. And then you remember those things as you go.
Yep. Firefox Gaming asks, will you post more? We will. We've got at least 3 more things coming out in this season. And again, gets pretty exciting. Some new developments occur, and there's some drama, and there's some great jokes, and we're going to keep pushing the envelope.
Drama and jokes.
Yeah,
drama and jokes.
Both.
Somehow we pull it.
And we have some familiar faces joining us that I think you guys will be very excited to see in our next few episodes.
Yep. Captain N asks, will Colin dress up like the wrestler, the Mountie, in a future episode? And I do know who you are. Yes, Captain. I don't think like that. But one of the fun things about this show and about Howard in particular is I like to put things on Howard. The captain's hat, weird shirts. We'll see in a later episode, he gets hurt. If I can hurt Howard at any time, he gets hurt. Those are all enjoyable things for me to write and for me to play. And Howard is sort of a good vessel for that sort of attack.
I have to say, my absolute favorite costume gag, because Colin is notorious for costume gags, is he wrote into one of the episodes in the Tempest episode, the rain episode, your rainy day pants?
Second pants.
Second pants. And I read that script, you guys, and I was in tears. I was crying so hard at this idea that this man goes, when it rains, I wear 2 pairs of pants, and then just like drops trowel, and everybody in the room is like, ah! And Colin's like, oh, don't worry, he's got second pants. And Michelle goes, yeah, duh, because it's like raining. And nobody else gets it but those two. And I feel like that also shows like something about their relationship.
Yeah,
like,
that they come together, they have a thing going. And yeah.
And he did wear 2 pairs of pants like all day.
I did, yeah.
He wore them all day.
That's impressive.
Because
it's really
funny.
Impressive.
A certain amount of comedy, like the pants weren't as funny unless I had 2 belts on. It's funnier that way.
That is funny.
No, you didn't have 2 pairs of socks. You were wearing 2 shirts even, I think, that day.
That's very possible.
You were like fully doubled up, as I recall. We have a lot of fun together. I'll say that much.
Yeah. If you could
never a dull moment.
No, certainly not. Jose Hernandez asks if you could invite an actor who is currently working with that guy, who would you like to invite? Do you want to take it, Rachel? I have an answer, but if you want to take it first.
No, you start, because I got to think on it for a second.
Look, the best part about that show, working on that show, was getting to work with all those actors. Melvin Ward jumps immediately to mind. Rebecca Ritz jumps immediately to mind. Oh no, and I just forgot their names. It's been a while since I've seen some of these people. Catherine, I'd love to work with Catherine again. There are so many people over there that, it would be great to work with. For the purposes of this show, us being sort of this offshoot orphan concept, we were trying to find people that are not currently there. But yeah, I'm not done with a lot of those people.
And I mean, that's kind of the acting industry, is you cross paths with people for a while doing one job, but our careers are made up of all sorts of jobs. You'll work here for a little bit and pick up a few contracts. You'll shoot a movie with these people. You'll shoot a movie with those people. This director calls you in for this thing. Me and Valerie are currently working on some stuff, so stay tuned for that. It might be a little ways off, so like, cool your jets. I know you're gonna get excited and be like, when's it coming? When's it coming? We got a lot going on.
Soon.
Chill out.
Everything takes a while.
No, but so that's the thing. Like, we met working there, and we went and did separate things, and now we're working on some short series stuff for TikTok and things like that together. So you never lose friendships. We just, our careers take us at different paths, and some of us were ready to move on to bigger and better and different things. Like I said, we wanted to do comedy. I really miss doing comedy, and that's not something the other place did very often. So I was ready to move on and do more comedy. That's where my heart's at.
Speaking
I
of,
will say,
oh yeah,
every time I was on set there, all of my scenes were hilarious.
True.
Before they went to the editor, and then
Snippy's
they were less hilarious.
Maggie is also really funny, y'all. She's a great improver, fantastic improver.
Oh, you guys. Well, with that fine niceness said to me, I'm probably gonna slide out as well.
Maggie, you are brilliant. Thank you very much for your work on this episode. Thank you for being here with us right now.
Thank you, Colin. Thank you for inviting me to be a part of this. I'm loved the episode. I loved being your sister. I would be your sister, your daughter. I would be your mother, and anything. Yeah, I don't, I had to. In anything. And Rachel, always
I love
a joy
you,
to
buddy.
see you. I love you, buddy.
My nearest and dearest. Tell your friends, guys. Don't forget to tell your friends you love them.
Yeah,
I love
we
this.
like
I love
hearing it.
this school. I love her.
Yay! All right, bye guys.
Bye, buddy.
Okay.
Love you.
We gotta have a dramatic exit. Nicholas
Always.
Rivera says, Rachel, is comedy your favorite genre?
Yes. Hands down, yes. Ever since I was little, I love making people laugh. I just love being silly. I also have a level of no shame that if for a joke, I'll smear myself in chocolate pudding and pretend it's poop if it's going to get a laugh. I'm not embarrassed by that. In fact, that is a true story. That is a true story from a shoot when I was younger. But I love doing drama. I think they all have their plates because everything speaks to people differently. That you can tell the same story and have one be really dramatic, and you can tell the exact same story and pump it up with jokes, and different people are going to respond differently just because of where you're at in life.
Yeah.
So I love making people laugh. I love being goofy, and comedy's hard, y'all.
Yeah.
So I know I have a gift to do it, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Heck yeah. Darren M asks, are the current episodes still being funded by the Indiegogo money, or are you guys getting funding from somewhere else as well? It's all Indiegogo.
Yeah. So actually, because I was in charge of helping with the budgets, we took that amount of money and we built out our first season. So all of the episodes you see in our first season were funded by that Indiegogo money. In fact, most of the mug shots were shot for free.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to provide extra content for y'all, but our budget was limited, and that's something I learned. It is expensive, y'all. It is expensive to shoot content the way we want to shoot it and do professional written scripts, edited, do a full story. You got to hire all the people. You have to pay for permits. You have to pay for customs. You have to pay for locations. You have to pay for everything. So we stretched that as far as we humanly could.
Yeah. Beg, borrowed, and stole a lot.
Yes.
Blue Smash Joy Gamer asks, are there going to be more actors coming up in Good Works?
Mm-hmm.
The answer is yes.
The answer is yes, period.
Yes.
We're not gonna spoil it. The answer is yes. Tune in.
Charles Barnes asks, is Carlos Chavez joining as a regular? Yes. In fact, if you go back and watch this episode.
Oh yeah. There's a little Easter egg in there for y'all.
Watch the episode again.
What are
you doing? I don't want to answer that. I think other actors join the live. No, it's just us for the rest of it. Unless something, I don't know, maybe somebody will pop in. I don't know.
I think it's just us. It's just you're stuck with us now, y'all. Sorry.
Why didn't I want to answer some good questions, no offense.
Yeah, no, you guys are asking really great.
The feed is cutting in and out. I apologize for that. I'm sure that it is my fault.
And that could be any number of issues.
Claire says, Rachel, I loved your dancing in the mugshot.
Colin looked at me. He was like, I have an idea. And I was like, and we did. We played, I always call it the Chips Ahoy song.
Yeah. Sing, sing, sing.
Sing, sing, sing. That bump, 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 blah, da, da, blah, da, da, blah, da, da. And we played that in the background while I danced down the stairs. So I would have some sort of rhythm. And yeah, I only tripped and almost fell once. I like stepped on my own foot and almost fell down the stairs. He was like, I want to do like a Joker moment. And I was like, great, let's do it.
Yeah, that was the intent. Hopefully people were picking up on that. That was supposed to be the Joker. Oh yeah, films. You made a movie. You're making a movie. We want to read the story. Yes, send us the story.
I'll read a script. I love reading scripts.
Elijah Games. I made an ad for Good Works. Can you post it? Absolutely. Post. Tag us in it. I want to see it.
So we can make sure we see it. Sometimes there's a lot going on in the social sphere, and so sometimes we miss things. It's never on purpose, but there is a lot.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, Colin, this is a good question from you from Darren. Is have you ever faced writer's block when writing the show? Colin
Yes.
is our primary writer.
Um,
We've all had a hand, but he did most of the writing.
what I can talk a little bit about it, the specifically writer's block. I don't know if I came up with a lot of particularly writer's block writing this. My what I often say, and I think my wife is tired of hearing me say this, is that there is more math in writing than prose. Um, so the way that a story works is it should all kind of fold in on itself. Every line should serve a very particular purpose. You're not just sort of writing words to write words and dialogue for people speaking. Everything is sort of folding in on itself, as a like a little Swiss watch. So I would here I can show you this. When we initially all got together, everybody came over to my house and we had a writer's room session. Oh, I don't want to share these. These are the last episodes. Well,
Yeah, don't give away these secrets.
Anyway, we did this. This was episode 5. We just started writing ideas. Oh yeah, this is an episode that we didn't make, so that's fine. Coach's son comes to town for his wedding. So we just started writing some episode ideas and kind of breaking them into beats. And from there, when you have sort of a structure and the beats and everything's kind of making sense, it's kind of easy just to sort of write it because you know that it's more math than prose, and you have to get this goal. You have to make this thing add up to that thing. So that line is useless. You don't really come up against a block because it's already kind of written for you. Does that make sense?
And you can't. I think the other thing with that too is you can't be too precious about it. Often when you're, because I've written some other things too, and like you want to be like, oh, but this line is so perfect and it's so this, but if it doesn't serve your story, or if a scene doesn't serve, you have to cut it because ultimately we're here in service of telling a good story. Which I think that kind of plays into Martha's question is, Colin, did you care about the harsh criticism in the previous episodes, or was it just a means to learn and improve?
I think, did I care about it? Absolutely, yes. Every word hits me to my deep core. But
we care a lot, y'all. We care about what we do a lot.
I move on quickly. And yeah, to an extent, listening and accepting feedback is one thing. But also, you cannot listen to every comment. You cannot take every. I don't even listen to every comment and note from the people on our team.
Because again, like per the story, like we were talking about, is you can't be too precious about it, and ultimately, it's like figuring out what's going to be best. And sometimes you have to listen to your gut and be like, my gut knows. And then sometimes you take the feedback, and sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
Period.
Kyle, can I ask you a personality? Am I from North Philly? Jose Hernandez? No, but I am from Philadelphia. I don't know what my personality says about me being from North Philly.
I saw that coming. I saw that coming through, and it made me laugh because I was like, "Yeah, he's from Philadelphia." Yeah. You guys are asking some fantastic questions. I especially love questions about like the process because I've learned in shooting this that a lot of people don't understand how much it takes to get in, like to create something like this, because it's not just filming on an iPhone and throwing it together. You know, it's a process.
Jamal Gardner asks, have you guys ever improvised any lines in your videos? Yeah.
Yeah.
In order to make something, talking about process, it's time. Time is the most precious thing. Like we made it on a shoestring budget, so there are definitely some production value things that we would have liked to have improved upon. Certainly, lighting, sound, all that kind of stuff. That comes with money. But time is the most precious thing. And unfortunately, we did not have a lot of it. So we were often trying to stick to the script as much as possible. But yeah, you get there on the day and you're like, oh, this will be funny. Oh, this will be good. Let's try this. And not everything, not every action, not every nuance is written into a script. There's so much that the actors have to bring and that the directors bring that build on top of all of that is a kind of improv. And moments are formed and things are discovered even from the text as written. There's so much discovery that's ideally happening. It's just sort of about do we have time to make that? To
And there were
include
some days
improv?
we did not.
Yeah.
We had some very tight shoot schedules where you're like, cool, you get 2 minutes to eat your lunch and we're back on set. Like there was no time.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. And some of that was kind of due to our location, which was fantastic. Which again, like talking about like stealing every corner of a place, we really made that location work for us for several episodes.
Yes.
But you know, we were a great amount of our budget was going to this particular location to serve as sort of our home base, and we could only have that for so long. And so we had to cook. We had to get going.
We had to figure it out. There was another question. Would you guys additionally, this is GizmoCat 11, would we do additional types of videos such as reaction challenges and games? You would like to see more of our personalities. First of all, you're the sweetest. Thank you. I think we're doing a lot of that on our personal channels right now, just because we're all so busy doing different things. It can be kind of hard to get everybody's schedules aligned. So I'm fidgeting with a thing of lipstick and I keep dropping it. Sorry. I mean, maybe we're trying to do some behind the scenes stuff for you all, but if you want to see some of those reaction challenges, I know we all have our own TikTok. We all have individual YouTube channels as well, that if you're really hankering to see some of that, that's where you should go.
Yeah. Rachel, do you have a daughter?
No. I have a dog named Amelia who is the size of a small human.
She is.
I have a Great Dane. She's actually asleep on the couch across from me. She wears adult medium sweatshirts because she gets cold. Yeah, she's a Chihuahua stuck in a giant Great Dane's body. She's always cold. She's always curled up asleep. She's a princess. She's a total princess. Has a bigger wardrobe than I do.
Yeah.
That's not true. She's got like 6 sweatshirts.
Claire, we don't have plans to make a Christmas episode at the moment. We were going to try the next episode that's coming out. What's called episode 5 at the moment. What's it called? Truth and Consequences? No.
I don't remember.
Oh, Harsh Reality.
I was going to say, I don't know.
We were going to try to swing that into a Halloween episode, but just kind of the way that time kind of worked out. We couldn't quite swing it into a Halloween one. So no, we don't have any plans to do a holiday episode just yet, but never say never to anything, I suppose. Are you the same age as Rachel? No, Rachel's older than I am. By like a couple.
Not by a lot though.
Like a month.
It's just a few months. I'm older than Colin by a few months. I always love that. Those questions always make me laugh. I'm trying to laugh.
Do you play video games, Rachel? Firefox Gaming is wondering.
No, but I do play. I was on set with a kid once who told me I play mom games, and I play things like he goes, "It's a mom game if you get past level like 3,000." And I was playing some Angry Birds something, and I was on level like 10,000. He goes, "Mom game. It's the games you sit and play while you're waiting for your kid to finish something." And I was like, I don't even have any kids. So I play mom games on my phone, and I'm really good at Tetris and Dr. Mario. I have okay, I kind of do. I have one of those really old school, like the Nintendo boxes that came out like 5 years ago, where you got all the original Nintendo games on it.
Yeah.
I will destroy someone in Dr. Mario. Real good at it. Ooh.
Do I have kids? Sarah asks. I do. I have 2 kids.
And guys, they're real funny. They're cool.
Julia,
they're like,
oh yeah, they're very funny. They're cute.
They're real cool.
Julia the Beast wonders, do you watch Mr. Beast?
I do not. Have you really?
You can be.
Is he nice? Is he a good dude?
Yeah, he's super nice.
Good. That's all. That's one of the things. I don't care how talented or famous you are. If you're not nice, I don't care.
Yeah. One of the guy who used to do the behind the scenes videos for us, I believe, went to go work for him.
He did. He did go down.
Tyler Stanley. Yeah. Yeah, great guy.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Rachel, you're so pretty. Thank you. I showered today.
All right, a couple more questions. I think we got to wrap this up in about 2-3 minutes.
I gotta go make some dinner, y'all. I'm starving, Marvin.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of people in other parts of the world who need to go to bed.
Yeah, some of you are up way past your bedtime, I'm pretty sure. I know this.
Any other insights about this episode, Good Works in general?
I'm really excited about the last 2 episodes of this season. We're doing this kind of in seasons to pace ourselves. We have 2 more episodes coming out this season. Oh no, 3, because there's another shorter one. There's another mugshot coming out for you as well. Which I thought that was a really clever thing that we chose to title those mugshots for our little character vignettes to give you a little backstory. I thought that was I was really proud of that choice. I feel like we started to click. We started to figure something out, and we started to really understand the characters. And I think you guys are really gonna like these last 2 episodes. I feel that way with a lot of comedies. Like when you're a comedic actor trying to discover a character, it always takes like 3 episodes for everything to kind of settle.
Yeah.
And be like, we understand the world, everybody's on the same page. And I think we finally found that point. And yeah.
We were when we initially started, it was, because YouTube is the way that it is, and you can just pick up and watch anything at any time. We did want to make these episodes stand alone for the most part. There were characters, but we would kind of always reset the narrative at the end of the episode, like a classic sitcom. But we didn't do that for the second half. We're starting with this Michelle episode. We're kind of in full tilt serial. So you gotta kind of watch every episode to piece the whole story together.
Mm-hmm.
Go Birds! Oh yeah, films. Go Birds!
And I'm making ravioli for dinner. I thought I'd go through. I'm making a squash ravioli thing. It's a dish. I'm a decent cook.
All right, Ian Elijah Games has got to go to bed soon. So why don't we wrap it up now?
So funny.
Thank you all for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching the episode. If you are here and you haven't watched the episode Michelle, a Good Works origin story, please go watch that.
We're really proud of it, y'all. Real proud.
Friends, tell a buddy. And stay tuned. They're going to come out every Wednesday, Good Works Wednesday. A new episode will drop, and we will be doing a live. Other members of our company will be here to talk to you. Other folks who are involved in the episode that you watch. Other folks who maybe were involved in previous episode. We want to get to know everybody and just have some fun chatting with you guys. Keep the questions coming. Keep the excitement coming. Thank you very much.
Y'all in these comments are hysterical and adorable. Like, thank you for being part of this with us. Like I said, we're learning and growing as actors and producers and directors and writers through this whole process. So knowing that you're in our corner and supporting us means the world to us. And we're very, very, very grateful for each and every one of you and enjoying picking up what we put down.
That's right. All right. Be well. We'll see y'all soon. Bye, 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 bye.
Bye, y'all.